There, everybody. Are you tired of wasting hours jumping from social platform to social platform just to post mediocre content that gets no impressions? Well, you are in the right place. This is a workflow in n8n, a automation workflow software that is going to make your life a heck of a lot easier, and it will save you a lot of time and a lot of headaches, I promise. Let's start by just showing you what this thing can do. So let's run this. So what this workflow is going to do is going to talk to the Facebook and the Instagram APIs. And for Instagram, it's going to generate an image based off of a specific input, and it's also going to generate a caption, and then it's going to post that to Instagram. That's what's going on right now. It's currently uploading the media to Instagram. And then once it finishes that flow, it is going to access the Facebook API, and it is going to post to a Facebook page that I created with a particular caption. It executed successfully. So let's start and go check out Instagram and see what it looks like. Let's just refresh the page here. This is just a test account. Here is the post. So you can see, posted 24 seconds ago. Automate today, dominate tomorrow. Let us handle the repetitive tasks while you focus on growing your business. Ready to save 20 plus hours a week? DM us to learn how your automation solutions can work for you. A couple of hashtags in there. And an AI generated image. I did not put this image in. The AI generated it. It looks awesome, right? This is an awesome post. If you need something for your business that's just going to make an impression and remind people that you're out there. Again, this isn't a groundbreaking photo or anything like that, but it's really solid, really solid, and happened automatically. I didn't have to find the image. All I had to do is input a little text, and that was the output. And then on the Facebook page here, here is the post. Same post a minute ago. We should be able to click on this, see more. Game-changing automation solutions for your business are here. Ever feel like there aren't enough hours in the day to grow your business? We transform overwhelming manual processes into streamlined automated systems that work while you sleep. Our clients are seeing 3 times as much productivity. Again, I would edit this because it took some liberties to put in numbers that, I didn't tell it to put in, but it's an easy fix, an easy change. And look how solid that is, right? You got some nice emojis in there, which are always great for grabbing attention. It's got the call to action at the end. This is just awesome. This is an awesome post, right? It's very fundamental. And it's something that, if you put in front of potential clients and customers, it will make an impression, especially if you're doing this every day, which is so easy to do with n8n, especially if you cloud host this. Super easy. Schedule the trigger, set it up, post once a day. You can set it to a random time if you want. This is just it's a wonderful workflow, and you can see it's effective as well. So what I want to do right now is just walk you through how to set this up. And we're not going to go through every step of the setup, but just kind of a high level how to set this up. I want you to drop any comments you have, any problems you're facing in the comments to this video so that I can help you set this up if you're having trouble. But what I will do as well is leave this JSON file right in the comments as well. And what you can do once you open your n8n account and create a new workflow is just come in and just click import from file. You'll have that file. This will get thrown right in. You will need to go generate some tokens and keys for API access. But once you get that done, this will run well. And you can see it'll be a big difference maker for your business. If you're not doing socials right now, you can start. And if you're paying someone to do socials, you can start to test this and see if you need to be paying that person as much as you're paying them. So this could be a real, cost saver for a business, and a real revenue driver as well. Content marketing is so important. So let's go through. I'm going to assume if you're following along for the how-to part of this tutorial, you're going to have downloaded this template. So I'm not going to go through all the steps of making the template right now, but let's just walk through each step, and we'll start with the Instagram, and then we will pull in the Facebook. So we start off with a set node here to edit fields. And this is a user token that will need to be generated from the Facebook developer website, from the developer.facebook.com. And so I will link another video, which you can check out if you need help setting that up, if you don't have that set up for your business already. So once you go in and get that token, we'll move to the next step here. Then you can go and make a call on that Facebook API to get something called a page access token. So once you make this call here, and this is the API endpoint that you will need, you will receive all of your pages that you have access for on your account. So your access token here, and any other pages that you have. You can see there's just one page here, right? The automation consulting services page that I showed you. That is the access token for it. And that access token will change depending on the amount of time that has passed. So you will need to go into Facebook Developer Console, and after you generate that first token, your forever access token, then you can come in and add that token to this particular API endpoint, and just add your token at the end, and you will receive this token, which will be a short-lived page access token, and then also an ID for the page that you need. And so then we can move on to our next step here. And then once you have that page ID, you can set it in another set node. So just to give you a sense of where we are, right? We're on this node right here. You can add it to the set node, and right, we just pulled this number here, this ID, and put it right into the, right, this is the name of the field, and then we have the field name. So this is what we're going to be using eventually. And then you have the short-lived page access token. So the way that the Meta API works is you generate what's called a user access token first, and then the user access token gives you access to the page access token. And this is what you'll actually need in order to post the thing. So we have our page access token and our page ID. Those are the two pieces of information that we'll need to make a Facebook post. So we're doing great here. We're going to move down to this next node. And this node just gives a user prompt for the AI. And the prompt was hype up my automation consulting agency business. So just as an example, the prompt, we can see the output. You already saw that on the Facebook page. I guess also we're going to the Facebook node here first, because I didn't take us into the Instagram node. So that was the output for hype up my automation consulting agency business. And you can see this is the system message as well. So the system message tells the AI bot its role, and then this tells it the specific case that it is trying to write for given its role. So you will have those things if you download this JSON file. We hooked up Claude to this AI agent, you can hook up any model that you want. Claude is known for writing good content, writing clearly, not sounding too spammy when it's writing its content. And I think you can see from the post I showed at the beginning of this demo, it does write really excellent content, and it's clear and it's concise, and it, if you prompt it correctly, will write content for your platform, Facebook or Instagram. In order to set up the Claude's, I'm using Claude 3.7 Sonnet, you will need to set up an account on Anthropic. So if you go to Anthropic, console.anthropic.com right here, you can create your API credentials. I will link a video on how to set that up as well, in case you are unsure. And then once you come and set up those credentials, and really the only thing you need here is your API key, right? Just one piece of information. It's a pretty easy setup as far as working with APIs goes. But if you're new at working with APIs, totally okay. Just go check out that video that we will link below. And if you are starting to get overwhelmed, again, you can absolutely do this on your own. But if you're thinking, hey, this is a lot, I want to do this for my business, I just don't want to take the time to learn how to do this, please reach out to us at Automation Consulting Services. We are an automation consulting agency, and we offer consulting services and solutions to business owners and executives who are just looking to implement these solutions in order to save time and save money in their particular business. And we work with those business owners and executives to implement these solutions. And it can work at any level, big or small. We implement all types of solutions. So if you are interested in having us help you with this, please just reach out in the comments as well. And if you're still following along here with us, you, after hooking up the Claude 3.7 Sonnet or Anthropic API key, then you can move on to this last node here. And this last node, you are going to be referencing back to the edit fields for node. So if we go back to this node, edit fields for, this is the node it's referencing. And you can see here that it is pulling out the page ID. So in order to post to Facebook, you need to put in this little snippet of code, and V22 is the most recent API as of March 20th when this video is being shot. Could be V24, V28. By the time you're watching this, V30, who knows? But you'll want to make sure that's up to date. And then you'll also need to make sure you have your page ID. Since we're generating this dynamically, you can go get that ID just by clicking up here on the input and then clicking edit fields for, or whatever the name of this node is. If you want to name it something else, you can do that as well. And then just dragging this token into place. You just drag it in just like that. And that will allow you to set up the page. And then in terms of the message, we generated the message from the AI output. So you will just want to come through and go to create AI caption. You can just drag that in here, that output. That's what we have there. And the access token. That you're going to want to get from edit fields for. And drag in the access token just like that. And I made a small mistake up here. I had said you need to drag in the access token. I really meant you need to drag in the page ID. If you caught me on that, good on you. My apologies on that. So once you do that, you should be ready to post. And if you're getting error messages, you just want to go step by step and make sure you go back and check out those 2 videos on how to set up the Anthropic developer console and get your API key, and then also how to set up your Facebook developer console, which you will need to integrate with Instagram as well. All right, so as we continue through this, we're just going to step into the Instagram portion of this tutorial here. So this was our Facebook branch. This is our Instagram branch. So you can see these first few nodes are using the same information, because in order to post to Instagram, you are actually going to need to link your Instagram account to your Facebook page. That is the only way that you can get API access now. Meta recently removed access to the basic Instagram API. The only way to get API access now is through linking your Instagram account to a specific Facebook page. That is the only way. So if you used to be on the old API and you're looking to update to the new API, you will need to make some changes to your accounts in order to reflect that. Please check out that video that I mentioned. It'll be in the comments below. All right, but once you have established the Facebook page and created the ID, then you can come in and you will need to copy the white text here and then fill in the green text with your particular tokens. So you can see here, you have the page ID, and then you have the short-lived access token. Those are being grabbed from edit fields 4, which is just the most recent node back. Right, just right here. And then what it's going to do, right, is this code here is actually going to post. It's going to return the Instagram business account ID, and that's what you need. And so your account, because they got rid of the basic Instagram API and they just have the business account API, you will need to turn your Instagram into a business account in order to access this API. So for business owners, this is no problem. If you are watching this as a someone who's not a business owner or doesn't want to convert their account into a business owner, you will need to do that in order to have API access, in order to post programmatically through a program like n8n, or you could do this in VS Code in any programming language as well, Python or otherwise. So once you have that information, then you can test that step. And since we've already run this, right, you'll have this ID to move on to the next step. So you can just come over here and you can navigate to the AI agent step, right? Just for context, we're moving from here to here. This is an intermediate step because we need to generate the caption for our Instagram post. So again, here is our system message. This is giving the AI agent its role, and then this is the prompt. So kind of the specific use case we want this particular agent to complete for us. And you can see that is the output that we got. You saw that already on Instagram. And we're going to take this in the next step. So if you move over to the next step here. Actually, we have two OpenAI nodes here. I'm sorry, we have 2 AI nodes. One is the Anthropic node, and you will need to set up Anthropic and get an API key. But once you've done that, all you need to do to establish your API credentials is just come up here and select the account that you created. Sometimes you just even need to double click on this and it'll open up just like that, nice and easy. And then we're also going to be using an image generation API call through ChatGPT's DALL-E 3 model. So let's come in here and we can show you how to set that up. So you will need to set up an account with OpenAI, a developer account. You don't need to, once you set up the account, add that much money. $5 should be good. It'll take you a long way. The API calls do not cost that much when you're only returning text. They do cost a little more when you're returning images. I think returning an image with DALL-E 3 is like maybe 4 cents an image or something like that. Nothing crazy, but a small business expense. And you can see here that we have linked our account. So you will need to do that as well. You're going to come into here. You'll need an API key. Again, I'll link a video below that you can access in order to set up your API key from OpenAI, the OpenAI developer platform. Great. And then once you do that and you link it, and it says that here, in the DALL-E fields, just copy these fields here. So you need image, generate an image, and make sure you choose the model DALL-E 3. You can type it in just like this. And then DALL-E 3 does something really cool that DALL-E 2 doesn't. So DALL-E 2 is the other model that's available. DALL-E 2 will not revise your prompt. So you can see here, it revises my prompt. And that's because these models work better when you are very descriptive with your language. So you need to be more descriptive rather than less. Otherwise, the image will not come out and be all that interesting. But you can see here, right? This is the image that I generated. A very interesting image, right? There's a lot going on. It looks very futuristic. It looks very techy. It's just going to evoke all those sentiments that if you are running a tech business, you want to evoke from someone or you want to impress upon someone who's viewing your page. So I like using DALL-E 3 because it'll do this for you. Otherwise, it won't revise the prompt. You'll be left to do that on your own. DALL-E 3 does cost a little more. I think it's 4 cents an image. DALL-E 2 is 2 cents an image. Totally worth it to do this. Yeah, I think the difference between this and this is huge in terms of getting an image that really is going to impress people. But you will need to add a prompt. Feel free to just copy that prompt. Or, adjust it to whatever your business is. If you're just trying to get this to run, feel free to just use that prompt to get started. And then DALL-E 3, I believe, always returns a 1024 by 1024 sized image, so you shouldn't need to do that, but I just did it for good measure. So once we have that set up, we just have 2 steps left. We need to upload the image to Instagram, right? So essentially add it to our Instagram library as you would if you were using the Instagram app. And then you need to post that uploaded image to Instagram. So what we're going to be doing for the upload media to Instagram is just grabbing this URL. And you can see here is the API endpoint you're going to need. I just grabbed this and put it right in here. You will want to make sure that you have expression selected in order to do that. So that is the endpoint, and you want /media. That is the correct path. Once you input that, then you can just add these other parameters as well. So that is the account ID, which you get from the HTTP request 3 node, which is a few nodes back. So just drag that in there, or whatever this is named on your account. This is sensitive to the name that is listed on the n8n. So HTTP space request 3. It's case sensitive as well. So just beware of that when you are typing these in. And you have your image URL, which is going to be what we just generated from DALL-E 3. Feel free to just grab that and drop it in. Recommend turning it to expression as well. You do need this name. You will have that from the JSON file, which you can upload, this JSON file that we're working on right now, which you can upload. And then you have a caption, and then AI agent is which generated our caption, right? So we want the AI agent, that's our Anthropic agent. Just grab that, drop it in. If it's not set up on your account, and the access token as well. And we want that short-lived page token that is generated from the Facebook Graph API, which is in the edit fields for, right? So you just have to keep track of these things. Again, this can be a lot and somewhat overwhelming, especially if you've never worked with an API before. I will say it's totally doable. So you can do this on your own. But again, I will just remind you, our team at Automation Consulting Services is happy to work with you on this. Just reach out to us, and we are happy to be of assistance to you. And also, please join our school community as well if you're interested in learning more about how to do this on your own. Because if you want to make this a part of your business, you or someone who works for you will need to get up to speed on how to do these things. And it's totally doable, but you will need to invest some time in that as well. So we have all the details edited to upload the media to Instagram. And then finally, the last step is to just post the media to Instagram. And you will use this API endpoint with the Instagram account ID, which we can find back from which node? I believe HTTP request 3. Yeah, there's the account number. You just drag that in. You need to turn this on to expression. And then just drop it right into this part of the endpoint. You can come in and just zero in right on the spot. You can see how that cursor moves. It's a nice feature. And then just copy these if you're not using the JSON file for some reason. Creation ID. You just grab the JSON ID from the most recent node. Right, this is the creation ID. That's what that last node is creating. And then the access token, that's that same short-lived access token from the Facebook page. And again, it's very important that you make sure the Instagram page is connected to the Facebook page, because the way the new Facebook Graph API works is it does not generate specific page tokens for Instagram accounts or Instagram. I guess it's an account. You don't have pages on Instagram, so. But it will generate the page token for the Facebook account, and then that will be the token that you will need in order to make the post. Wonderful. And that should be all the steps that you need. We saw this run at the beginning of the video. I'll run it again just for good measure, just so you can see that it works. And right, you can set this up to post daily. You can set this up to post multiple times a day. This is a very simple flow. You can set this up so the prompts that the AI agents are handling and receiving are more unique. So the content that's being generated is more unique. You can have these bots post things based off of news feeds that are generated. You can really do anything with these softwares. And so if you're looking to get creative with your marketing strategy and you're looking to post more, because let's be honest, if you're not posting, how is anybody supposed to know what you're doing or that your business is out there? And this is a tool to do that, especially with two of the biggest socials in existence, right? Both of Meta's socials, Facebook and Instagram. So you can see here, this is our Facebook page. You can see it's a little different even. It took some liberties here, right? If you take a minute, you pause that video and read it, you'll see it took some liberties, and we didn't optimize it perfectly, but it can do kind of whatever you need. It really can. And let's take a look and see what it generated for Instagram. Yeah, great. Another image, another unique image, another unique caption. You can take a minute and read that if you want. It looks great. Um, and that is the tutorial. So please like the video, subscribe to our channel, and leave comments if you're having trouble getting this set up on your own. And please take a look into joining our school community as well, which we are setting up. That will be a great way for you to get educated as you continue to grow in your knowledge of workflow automation softwares like n8n, which is the most advanced for doing this sort of thing. You couldn't do this on make.com or Zapier. So that is all, and we will look forward to seeing you next time on our next video. Thanks now, and bye.